Hey, welcome back to another Black City Coffee vlog. I am Meg, and we're continuing on with our vlog series, The Journey to our 1 kilo roaster. So if you tuned in last time to the other vlog, I'd let you know that this is where the roaster was gonna go, on this really cool table. I have my little decorative thingy here to make me feel like I'm in a roasting world. And then I started thinking a little bit more about the venting. Now, the venting has been sort of like in the back of my mind going, is it really gonna work? And so where we live in a residential area, there's the issue of smoke, right? And you don't know until you know. So it's kind of been unnerving for me to think about the whole venting issue. So that's something that I want to explore with this vlog, is go into the backyard, draft some ideas out, see how it's gonna work out. We have a pretty tight backyard, so I'm thinking, when I did some measurements the other day, I'm thinking where I thought I could be in the shed with the roaster and be protected from the elements and even have a door and all this stuff, like I don't think that's possible at this moment. And we're gonna confirm that at the end of this video, where we'll draw out some things, we'll put down some real measurements and just see, like, if anything at bare minimum, I would like to have this table inside of a little shed that's protected from the elements, protected from bugs and dust and insects to the best of our ability, and how we can construct it. Have it be mobile so that if we move from this place, it's easy to cart that guy out and just go from there. So that way I will feel comfortable and confident and safe. That way I can put all of my energy into roasting and not have to worry about anything else. So that's kind of like the big thing for me in terms of roasting from home. I want to be able to put all of my energy into what I really want to do, which is the roast process, and not have to worry about things like safety all the time, or comfortability, or concealability, and things like that. So we're gonna go ahead into the backyard, we're gonna take some measurements, we're gonna draft some plans, we're gonna work things out, and yeah, this is just what it is, like what I'm going through on the journey to getting this roaster. Okay, we're in the backyard, and this is where I'm thinking I'm going to put that little shed, if we can make a little shed. It'd have to have wheels so it can roll around, and have to be elevated a little bit. And I'm thinking it could probably be about this here to give you some scale. It's almost 2 feet. So that table that I have inside is exactly 2 feet, and it's exactly 5 feet 2 inches to fit there. If we keep this walkway open, you know, it might be better to put it over there. Platform 6. And then it's also got to have a chimney. Ah! We live near nature, so there's a lot of bugs. All right. Oh, we'll actually need space to collect the beans. Oh, I can do it in a sack. I'll do it in a sack. And then we can give this thing a bunch of vents. So there, that's my drawing. That's what I'm thinking. But I don't know. Let's see. Let's take this back in. It's getting too nature out here. And we'll see what's up. Oh, all right, cool. So, man, we got out of there quick. It was getting real hot. And that's an issue too. So it's like, if I'm gonna have it out there, I'm gonna get hot. I'm exposed to the elements, right? And that's just one more thing that's pulling me away from actually focusing on the roast. Now, we have to have our expectations in check, right? We're doing this from home. We're not in a warehouse. We're not an industrial roastery or anything like that. But you know, you can dream. One can dream. So it's something to decide. It's like if you guys are doing something like this, it's like, well, where am I gonna put it, and how is the smoke gonna terminate, and what's up with the smoke issue? I think the more that you can remove all of these factors away from your actual roasting process and get that thing like done, like safety is always an issue, and I just want to feel safe, confident, and comfortable to be able to roast purely just like that, and not have to worry about it. So it's cool. We're throwing things up on the whiteboard or the sketchbook, so to speak, and seeing what sticks. And then I just really have to be cognizant of what are the consequences or the parameters of doing this over there or doing it in the garage. Now the garage is now looking a lot more favorable just because I won't be exposed to the elements. And if I have the roaster outside and it's being stored outside, it's going to be more affected by the elements, by the outside temperature. It's not like I'm making like a double walled enclosure for it. And it's kind of like doing more than I need almost, just to hide the smoke. So now the other way is kind of looking more appealing to me because I'm not going to be exposed to the elements for one. The roaster is not going to be as exposed to the elements, which means it's going to have a much more consistent roast in terms of temperature. I mean, it's never going to be perfect, right? So again, we're always trying to keep our expectations in check. But I think in the garage, and there are ways to do it where you can build a sort of exhaust to vent out smoke and things like that. And I really just don't want, my concern with this issue is, or with this sort of setup in the garage is like, I don't want the coffee oils to stain our house or anything like that, like if I went through the garage or something. So that's kind of an issue, and it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. I don't think it's that big of a deal. I think the most smoke that we're ever gonna be producing is in the seasoning roast, and that's like one time, right? Where you take it to a really, really dark roast in the fourth or fifth batch. So I really don't, I'm not too worried. I think my sort of like purist mind kind of gets in the way where it's like, what is the best situation? And I probably like slave over that a little bit, but there are plenty of people who started just like me in their garage or in their backyard or whatever, or in their kitchen, and they just worked with what they had. I feel like when the machine is here and I have it like in front of me, because I'm a very visual person, I'll be able to sort of, and going through the first roast, I'll be able to see what I need. So I'm not too worried. At the same time, I can make myself worried when I start talking about it like this and be like, well, what do I really want, and to realize like that's okay. Like it's all an experiment, right? And we're gonna make it work, because we're gonna make it work. So, but right now, okay, as I end this vlog and this journey to documenting when we actually get the roaster, which is, it's coming up, man. It's already the first week of October, so we've got maybe like 3 more weeks really till it's here. We're gonna make it happen. So that is looking more and more promising. I think it would have been better if we could make a shed in the back, if I could actually be in the shed and be sort of protected, but I really don't think that's possible with how tight the backyard is. It would just be sort of an eyesore and overpowering the flow of energy in the backyard. So I don't want to compromise what we got going on over there. It's not perfect, but I know putting a big ass shed in there is like, it's probably not the best thing to do. And hey, I may change my mind, but you never know. So it's looking like it's gonna be in the garage, and I'm either gonna vent through the garage or under it, and I'm gonna find a way to funnel the smoke so that it does not stain anything. Does that make sense? Because that's what I'm really worried about, is like staining, coffee oils, staining concrete, stucco, things of that sort. And having people kind of poke around and be like, what's that? What you trying to do there? Like, I don't want any questions, you know, I just want to do my thing and not bring any attention to myself in that way. Another way too, as I'm thinking about it, is I stay in the garage, I vent the smoke with a long pipe out into the backyard area. That's what I'm also thinking about. It just looks very odd that there's gonna be this snake pipe coming through. There's a way to do it through the house. That's possible too, but that's also an eyesore. So I really just, you know, as I'm trying to construct and find my way around this issue of venting and what's the best way to vent for us, I really don't want something to sort of be an eyesore or be tripping over pipes, or I want a clean setup. I want a nice clean setup and really think it through. So, hey, if you have a suggestion on how I can do it, or maybe any research, I'd love to see them, because I really didn't even know that you could even vent through the garage. I just learned that yesterday. So I'm sure there's many more ways to do it. I just need to see the possibilities. So thank you in advance for suggesting anything to help me with my venting predicament. Okay, cool. So that was today, October 5th? October 5th, 2019. We are slowly trucking away on our way to get our 1 kilo roaster. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. My roasting apron is so lonely over there. I haven't touched it in a couple of days. Probably more than a week now. Okay. We'll see you next time. Bye.